Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm focusing on some areas that I have been neglecting and just some areas that need a little extra TLC and care. So that is why we are upstairs right now. I want to really focus on our boys' bathrooms. I also want to tackle our theater room and get that really nice and picked up because right now it's a bit of a mess. I also want to kind of change up this like game room slash workout room up here. It's just kind of been a hot mess. It's just been like that basically, and we have a lot of plans for that. And then once we are done up here, I'm gonna go downstairs, get the main living area clean because that one always is needing a little extra love. And then once we are done cleaning, I actually have some house projects that I wanna get done. There are things that have just been kind of on our running list of things that we want to do to the house. So we're going to start tackling some of that as well. So we have a lot to get done today. I'm not sure if we'll get it all done today or if we'll have to go into tomorrow, but either way, we're going to tackle as much as we can. So without further ado, let's get to it. I wanna hear you say
here with the squad, everybody trying to go, yeah, the party jumping off, hey, we putting on a show, trying to catch a vibe, we do this every time, like, na 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 na, feeling like I'm on the highway, cause everything been going my way, and now they looking at me sideways, I'm like, na 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 na, this is where I wanna be, na na na, never ever gonna leave.
I don't really know what to say about these bathrooms other than sometimes when things are out of sight, out of mind, you just don't even focus on them when they're not in your face all the time. And being that these are the boys' bathrooms, these are not bathrooms that I go in every single day or that I spend a lot of time in. I just don't always get around to cleaning it. And also, I will say that sometimes things can feel a little bit overwhelming. These bathrooms have been a little bit crazy. We don't have a lot of organization in here right now, and they are definitely not set up the way we want them to be in the end. So with that, they kind of get a little bit more out of control a little bit quicker than other places in the house. And sometimes chores like these can feel very overwhelming just because it feels like it's going to be a much bigger project, a more time-consuming project than another area that you kind of clean a little bit more regularly. And that's totally what it was like in here. I was just feeling like, man, I'm gonna have to spend an hour cleaning these bathrooms. And in the end, once I got going with this, I cleaned both the boys' bathrooms in a matter of 15, maybe 20 minutes. And that was for both of them together. So it really did not take a whole lot of time or even a whole lot of effort, but it was just kind of like a mind thing. It just made me feel like I was going to have to spend a lot of time in there and devote a lot of time into that room. So I was just kind of putting it off. But now that it's not put off, it's felt so much nicer walking past these rooms and just knowing that everything is really nice and clean.
Ain't never going home.
Oh, what a day to be alive. What a dream to have a heartbeat. What a way to spend my time walking on this satellite. Everything I need is here and now. Look at how the colors dance around.
So I am using a few different things in these bathrooms. First, I'm using the Athos bathroom cleaner. This is my first time using this. They have a lot of different scents and a lot of different products, but so far I'm really loving them. And then I also wanted to share how I'm cleaning the shower and bathtub. So I am just using the Dawn Power Wash Disc Spray. This stuff works incredibly well on so many different areas, but all I'm doing is just spraying it down and then using this OXO scrub brush. A lot of times I will use a broom, and that actually works honestly a little bit better when you're working with like a bathtub, but I wanted to try this out because I've been using it on our shower doors. So if you are cleaning shower doors, I would definitely suggest using this one, but if you're doing like a whole bathtub, I actually would recommend just going to the Dollar Tree and getting a broom. It will clean your bathtub so quick and easy without having to bend over a lot or do a lot of scrubbing. And because you can find brooms at the Dollar Tree, this is a very, very inexpensive way to clean your bathtubs.
How the colors dance around. I could give it all away for free, and it wouldn't even matter. 'Cause all I need is la 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 la. Don't need anything but la 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 la. Don't want anything but la 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 la. Come and let it rescue me, 'cause all I need is la 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 la. La 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 la. Don't need anything but la 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 la. Come and let it rescue me, 'cause all I need is everything I need is here and now. Look at how the colors dance around. I could give it all away for free, and it wouldn't even matter. 'Cause all I need is la 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 la. Don't need anything but la 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 la. Don't want anything but la 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 la. Come and let it rescue me, 'cause all I need is la 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 la. La 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 la. Don't need anything but la 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 la. Come and let it rescue me, 'cause all I need is
Like a vision we made it, and brought me back to life. Yeah, I was illuminated, just like a spark in the night. Oh yeah, yeah, you're making me feel like a kid again, a kid again. Yeah, you're making me feel like I'm innocent. Yeah. All that I can do is say, I wanna give it, I wanna give it my all. I wanna give it, I wanna give it my
So I'm sure as you've been watching me clean these bathrooms, you've noticed that they are a little bit crazy colors. If you've been watching for a while, you know that we actually had painted all of our boys' rooms. They were like bright turquoise, purple, and pink. And we painted them just a neutral white, and we're going to be doing like full room makeovers fairly soon with those. And their bathrooms were painted to match by the previous homeowners, so we plan to do like a full bathroom makeover in here. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we have multiple bathrooms even outside of these ones that we really want to do a full makeover. Now we're not going to be completely gutting them or anything because the countertops and the cabinets are all in really good shape, but we do plan to change out fixtures, change out the mirrors, and definitely paint in there. So all of that is going to come. I'm not exactly sure when we're going to get to that, just because we do have a long list of things that are kind of taking a little bit more priority, but at some point we will be doing that, and I cannot wait because these bathrooms definitely need a little bit of a facelift. And this is totally off subject, but before I forget, I do want to remind you guys about a giveaway that I have going on my most recent marathon video. So I will have that link down in the description box for you to go check that out. There are still a few more days to get entered into that giveaway.
tonight.
So here I'm just doing a very quick tidy in our boys' bedrooms. Usually they are in charge of taking care of their own rooms, but I figured since I was already up here cleaning anyway, it would only take me a few minutes just to go ahead and get their rooms tidied up. And then once they got home from school, they could see that was not something that they had to tackle. And then I went ahead and just kind of did that for them. So that's all I'm doing here. And then later on, I will come back in and vacuum. So before we get started working on the game room and workout room, I wanted to say a huge thank you to Obey Fitness for teaming up with me on today's video. If you're not already familiar with Obey, they are a fitness platform that offers tons of online fitness classes. Their platform is really unique because they offer a huge variety of fitness classes that you can access through their app or website, right from the comfort of your own home and without having to go to a gym or a studio to get in a workout class. They have up to 22 live classes a day, 130 live classes a week, and over 5,400 on-demand classes. The class types range from everything like strength and HIIT to yoga and Pilates, and everything in between. And they have some of the best instructors from New York City, and each of them have something different to offer. A few of my favorite instructors are Walter K for strength. He shares lots of great mindset thoughts throughout his workouts. And another favorite is Joshua K for HIIT. His class is so fun. I end up smiling and laughing the entire time. And I also love Francesca V for yoga. So Obey's signature class length is 28 minutes, but they also offer 45 to 60 minute workouts as well as express classes ranging from 5 to 15 minutes. And another neat thing is if you're not sure where to start, they do have structured workout programs ranging from 7 to 30 days. So there is always something for everyone. And right now, Obey is offering my community a 7-day free trial plus 50% off your first month when you click the link in the description box below or use my code CrazyLife. So definitely give it a shot. There is nothing to lose and so much to gain. Again, I will have that link down below, so just follow that and get started with your free trial. So like I said, this game room area slash workout space was just not functioning well for us. It was very cluttered looking, I think because we had the treadmill kind of in the middle of the wall, and then also we had no height in the room. And so we ended up grabbing the bookshelf that was down in Kyle's office. This was always intended to go up in this room, but we just had not had the motivation or had the time to get it done. So we just ended up clearing off the bookshelf and bringing it upstairs and just kind of reorganizing the space, kind of moving things around. And this is another perfect example of how you do not have to have your whole plan all together before you start tackling something. When I first was working on this room on this day, I really didn't know exactly how things were going to work out. We kind of had to move things around, shift things around, and just continue to readjust stuff. And it ended up turning out perfect. It just is so functional for our family. We are back up here all the time. Kyle and I are starting to work out up here. We are also doing our nightly reading up here with the boys now that they have their books up here. And we're also starting to play board games as a family. So I'm really happy to have this space kind of functioning for the first time since moving into this house. It's just turning out really well. There's still a lot more we want to do to this space, including painting the walls and just a few other things. But for now, I'm going to call this room a win. It turned out so good.
We've got our whole lives, no
ending this inside. Darling, all I wanna do is be with you. And I know we've got our whole lives, no ending this inside. Darling, all I wanna do is be with you tonight. Yeah, yeah, be with you tonight. Yeah, yeah, be with you tonight. I'll never fully know how deep your heart can go, or the beauty of your soul. Oh, where were you all along?
I got this room like pretty much set up. I feel it was such a mess. Like, we wanted it to function in two different ways. We wanted to have like a game space, but we also wanted to have like a workout station. And before, it just, every time you walk past here, it was not inviting. It just looked really, really cluttered. So I ended up taking out that other bookshelf. I'm not sure what I'm gonna end up doing it, but we brought this one up from Kyle's office. But I feel like now it actually functions, or it looks like it's gonna function well. And it also is like very inviting, adding the plant in there, adding some height to this wall. And moving the treadmill from like the middle of the room to the corner, I feel like just made a big difference. So I do, however, need your guys' opinions on something. So I did get this family sign down here, and it actually was intended for downstairs, like in our shelving down there. But as I was putting this together, I was like, wow, this I think would look really nice up here and just kind of add something. So I do really like it. It has some cool texture on there. So there's three options. I could either not include it in the space, or I could put it like up above that bookshelf, or I could put it over here, like up higher, and then add maybe like a small little collage, not a huge collage wall, but just like a small little collage wall of family pictures and pictures of the boys and things like that. So I'm gonna turn you guys around, but keep in mind where you guys think this would go, if it should go above there on the wall or just not in the space at all.
Every other one was wrong, and I found where I belong. Oh, the day I met you, I think I met myself. I don't ever wanna be with anyone else. We got the kind of story that the stories would tell, different than I've ever felt. And I know we've got our
Another option that I just briefly thought about is possibly maybe scooting this bookshelf over just a touch and then adding like a quote or something like that on the wall, like a large quote, like decals and stuff. I don't know. I feel like it could do well to fill that space, but I'm just not sure. But then I'm not sure if the collage wall would be like make this wall very busy. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but let me know what you guys think.
ending this inside. Darling, all I wanna do is be with you. And I know we've got our whole lives, no ending this inside. Darling, all I wanna do is be.
All right, this next thing that I'm going to be doing is reorganizing a few of our games, or not really reorganizing them, but actually organizing a few of the games that are not already organized. So this is an idea that I had gotten from you guys back when we lived in our Utah house. So many of you guys had this idea to share with me. So all I did is just order these bags on Amazon, and I will have them linked down below, but they have worked out so well. So all you do is just take all of the contents out of the boxes of your board games, and then I just end up tearing off the front cover of the board game box, and I stick that right inside of the bag, and then I have everything zipped up and it's nice and compact. You can see exactly what's in each bag, and that just ends up making them so much easier to store, and also we are not losing any pieces because they are all contained in a bag. I don't know about you guys, but our board game boxes always get damaged, they always get messed up, and we end up losing a lot of pieces. So this has been such an amazing thing for us. So if you have a lot of board games as well and you kind of want to reorganize them, I would definitely suggest doing this.
With you tonight, just be with you tonight. Yours here right now, the kind of night we dream about. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. It's beautiful. Yeah. Time flies when you get it right. So hold on tight to me. Love like we never grew up, and live like you just get one tonight. We're kings and queens. One blink and it's over. Wake up and we're older tonight. We're kings and queens. Stop, take a breath. Close your eyes. Remember this. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. It's beautiful. Love like we never grew up, and live like you just get one tonight. We're kings and queens. One blink and it's over. Wake up and we're older tonight. We're kings and queens.
So this is our theater room. I know I haven't shown this a whole ton since moving into our new house, but we kind of have it similarly set up as we did in our Utah home. But even though this is fairly set up and functional, we do want to still do some things to this room. I definitely want to paint the walls and kind of change that up a little bit. And then I actually am thinking about getting a different TV stand. If you've been following along since we finished up our basement in our Utah home, you might remember that I got this TV stand and put it together, and it just did not work out that great. I wasn't ever really much of a fan of it, and so I've been kind of on the lookout for a different one, especially since kind of changing up the style in our new home. So if I find one, I will definitely share that in a future video, but either way, something else to kind of look forward to when we paint this room and kind of finish it up and make it just what we're wanting. So once I got done tidying everything up, I just went ahead and started vacuuming, and you'll see in just a second, but I'm actually going to be slow vacuuming this room. And I've shared this so many times with you guys, but if you have not slow vacuumed, I would highly suggest that you try it out. All you do is do a regular vacuum throughout the room, and then you're going to go back through and do a slower vacuum. You're literally going to take 5 or 10 minutes and just slowly pull the vacuum across your carpet. And I like to empty out my canister in between those vacuums, and that way I can really see all that was just left in my carpet after doing a regular vacuum. Once you see that, I know you will be convinced, and slow vacuuming will be something that you do in your routine all the time, but it just makes such a huge difference, specifically on carpets and rugs.
The better ones when you got something sweet. It's like say you need a better one, not one to settle on. Just know that you got me. He only calls you when he needs you, 'cause when he needs you, so only temporary. I'm gonna call you 'cause I need you, because I need you. You know I'll be there in the morning light.
The next day, once I got everything all cleaned upstairs and game room area kind of reorganized and situated, the boys were getting home from school and we just decided to take the rest of the day and make it a family time. So I did not end up having time to come downstairs and clean the living room and kitchen, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and tackle that right now. And then once I'm done in here, Kyle and I are actually going to build the sideboard for his office. A lot of you guys have been mentioning that we should be moving the bookshelf, and I think I had said this earlier, but that was never intended to stay in his office in this house. It was always meant to go upstairs. We just had not gotten around to it, but we didn't want to move it until we were ready to build the sideboard because he needs like some function in that space. So we're gonna go ahead and get that built, and then I'm not sure exactly what else will get done today, but as always, we have a lot that we want to do, so let's jump on into it.
It's like running through an open door. It's like finding what you're looking for. We've been waiting, we won't wait no more. Every season, every memory made, all the dreaming led us here today. Can you see it? We got a beautiful story. Every moment on and on. We got a beautiful story. And we've only just begun. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Never felt my heart beat so wild while the sunset sets the night on fire. You and me here, and it feels so right. We got a beautiful story. Every moment on and on. We got a beautiful story. And we've only just begun. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. It's like running through an open door. It's like finding what you're looking for. We got a beautiful story. Every moment on and on.
So one of my recent videos, I had shared kind of like a back to school prep where I was organizing some things and decluttering some clothes and everything. And in one part of that video, I was actually organizing the boys' back to school lunch station. And it was so funny because I did that before we did like the back to school orientation at our boys' school. And since they did online school last year, I was not aware that they were actually doing free lunches at school. So once I found that out, I thought, man, I wish I would have not even bothered with the back to school lunch station because I figured our boys are just going to have hot lunch all the time. But in the end, both Liam and Noah have been choosing to have cold lunch basically every day. So that little station that I thought was going to be a waste ended up working out super well.
You're making up stories in your head. You keep bringing ghosts back from the dead.
So this microwave is one of the many things that we need to replace or change out in our kitchen. This microwave is actually pretty broken. It kind of works, but it always makes a noise like 24/7, and a lot of times this top piece will just pop down so you can see the piece of tape on there. Also, funny enough, our stove really doesn't work very well. Like, we always are either burning things or it's not cooking properly, so we need to replace several appliances in our kitchen, and those are two of the top ones. So I'm sure we will share that over on our vlog channel, but for now we were just kind of making do and taking care of the things that we have, even if they're not the exact thing that we were wanting. The living room was not super messy. I feel like ever since kind of getting the theater room upstairs situated and the game room, or the boys, I guess, haven't been hanging out down here like with their toys. So the living room has been staying pretty clean. But anyway, got that all tidied up. The kitchen, which was a mess, is all cleaned up. I did want to say I finally found a coffee table. So I had talked about possibly doing like a concrete DIY, and honestly I still want to do one at some point just to kind of test it out and like see if my idea will work on it. But we kind of decided it would have pretty hard edges and it just might not be the best thing to have in like the main living area. So we are not going to do that, but I did finally find a coffee table. I think it's going to work great, and I'm not really sure when it's going to arrive. Everything is like way pushed back, so I'm still waiting back for an email to hear like when they think it will arrive, but I'm hoping it will be like within the next month. So we'll kind of see. I'm kind of getting over not having a coffee table or like something to prop our legs up on, just because that's what we usually like to do when we're sitting in here. So anyway, I did want to let you know that we do have a coffee table coming. I just don't know when exactly it will be here. But now that we have all of this done, we are going to move into Kyle's office and start building a furniture piece that I had picked up at IKEA in the last month or so. We've just been kind of waiting for a chance to build it, and we have that chance today. So we're gonna go ahead and get his sideboard built, and then I also do want to vacuum the floors just a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump on into building furniture.
You had my back since when we were 7 on in the cul-de-sac. Riding the streets, pedals on our feet, the years always move so fast. Our dreams are all blown up, but we still own this town. They try and box us in, we'll find our way out. If we're going down, if we're going down, going down together, going down together. If we're going down, if we're going down, going down together, going down together.
So like I said, the piece of furniture that we are building here is from IKEA, but it is specifically the Besta unit. I think that's how you say it, but honestly, I'm not 100% sure how to say all of the IKEA furniture pieces. But anyway, this is basically just a sideboard, so it's a really cool system. We actually use the Besta system in what will be our guest room, but we did like a different configuration. So we basically had it as an enclosed bookcase, but then we put 3 of them stacked right next to each other to kind of create like a wardrobe space. But then for Kyle's office, we wanted it to just be 3 cabinets wide, so it's really cool at IKEA. You can really customize the Besta units however you want, and then you can also pick the look of them as well, so you can pick like different finishes. And the door finish that I chose for Kyle's office was a faux concrete finish. I'm loving that look right now. I feel like it looks very cool when you can add some more earthy tones with something very modern like concrete. But once we got it all built and put up in Kyle's office, you can really start to see the design style in his office. It's definitely far from done. We have a lot of things to change up. We still plan to change out the light fixture in there. We want to paint the walls, and we also want to add some decorative and functional pieces in there as well. but you can kind of get the gist of how I'm planning to style the space, and I'm absolutely loving it so far, and so far he's loving it as well, which is really the most important thing since this is his workspace. But anyway, you guys will have to let me know what you think of the faux concrete doors, if you like that style or if it's a little bit too different or modern for you.
Honey, I know we're caught in the center of turbulent weather for now. The one thing I know is the world is uncertain, it's certainly turning around. I'll be here a long time, I'll be in it for as long as you like. And no matter what you and I do, whatever comes next, I'll be right there beside you. 'Cause I'm right where I wanna be, I'll be right there beside you. I know right where I wanna be, I'll be right there beside you. I'll be right, I'll be right, I'll be right, right and right beside you. Rising, the levee is broken, it's flooding commotion this way. And it feels like we're sinking, but things will get better. We'll hang on together, okay? And I'll be going nowhere, I'll be in it with you, honey, I swear. And no matter what you and I do, whatever comes next, I'll be right there beside you. 'Cause I'm right where I wanna be, I'll be right there beside you. I know right where I wanna be.
All right, we have Kyle's office all set up. So this is not how it's going to be finished or anything. We still have more we want to do. We want to add that picture, and I think I want to add some shelves. There is quite a bit more that I still want to do here. We also want to add in a rug and kind of like be able to hide the cords here. But this is kind of the gist of it, and I'm just loving it. I feel like this sideboard turned out so good. But now we just basically have to kind of wrap things up, because now we have like cardboard all over our living room. So we're gonna go ahead and get the cardboard cleaned up, and then I'll just run the vacuum over the floors and call it a day.
Where do we go when the leaves turn brown? Where do we hide when the sun goes down? What do we do when the fire goes out? Stay by my side, stay by my side. How do we dance?
So like I said, once we were finished, I just wanted to run the vacuum over the floors. We actually have a robot vacuum vacuuming our floors every single day, but with 4 cats, 1 dog, and 3 kids, I feel like we can always vacuum our floors once again. And just because we've been building that furniture, we kind of ended up making a mess, and I just wanted to go ahead and finish everything off with some nice clean floors. And I feel like once your floors are cleaned, it makes such a huge impact on how clean your house feels as a whole. So anyway, that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope you got lots of cleaning motivation and also some decorating inspiration, and of course just enjoyed hanging out with a friend today. I also wanted to remind you to make sure to check out Obey Fitness. Like I said, I will have that link down below in the description box, or you can use my code CrazyLife, and that will give you a 7-day free trial plus 50% off your first month. So definitely check that out. As always, thank you so much for being here, and do not forget to subscribe down below if you are not already so you don't miss out on all the future videos. I hope you are having an incredible day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!
So let's stay inside.